Hey everyone, this is Grant with the Midwestern Wet Shavers, and today I'm doing a bit of a budget shave, but I'm not slacking when it comes to the soap. I'm using Catie's Bubbles, what's it called? A Midnight Dreary. Thanks again to Patrick for coming through for me with a bunch of samples. I kind of call it a budget shave because I'm using my $5 Utopian Care safety razor, which if you haven't checked out my video reviewing that, I would suggest doing so because it shows that you do not have to spend $100 on a safety razor to have a good shave, in my opinion. Let me put that caveat out there. I'm using an Astra blade. See if it'll focus. There we go. I've never actually used an Astra blade, so be interesting to see how that goes. A lot of people recommend them, so thought I'd give it a try. I wish I could show you the packaging for the Catie's Bubbles, but like I said, good buddy of mine just sent me a sampler, so put a little lather up. Not using the toilet mug today, yet. But I may end up doing so, because this is supposed to be like a, I guess like a stainless steel kind of lathering bowl, but it's not working very well in my opinion. I may just transfer over to the toilet mug, because it never lets me down. How's everyone doing? Hope you're all doing as well as you can be under the circumstances. Decent scent with this soap. Not overpowering, but it's there. It's kind of what you'd imagine with something called a Midnight Dreary. Maybe some, now I don't have an advanced nose for these sorts of scents, but maybe a sort of, there's some floral, maybe a little bit earthiness in there. Transfer to the toilet mug, because the little steel bowl wasn't doing it for me. Oh yeah. This is a lot better. I guess for the pre-shave I should show you this, even though I use the same thing every time. No shock there. Viking Revolution pre-shave oil. Build up a good lather here, which is not hard to do with this Catie's Bubbles. Yeah, I stand by my statement that there is a scent there, but it's not overpowering. I should put a disclaimer at the beginning of each video saying the views expressed are my own and do not reflect yada 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 the Midwestern Wet Shavers as a whole, because I'm sure everyone has different opinions, but I hardly hear anything bad about Catie's Bubbles, and I'm excited to be trying this soap by them. Is it a them? I assume there's more than one person involved in making the soap. Maybe not. I want to give a quick shout out while I'm prepping my face here to the men and women working in hospitals and other essential parts of our society, because they are at the biggest risk for acquiring this COVID-19. And I kind of bitch and moan about being stuck inside, but really, when it gets down to it, I'd rather be in the situation I'm in now, where I'm kind of stuck inside, rather than working with coronavirus patients, because it doesn't matter how much gear you put on, there's always a risk of getting that stuff. And apparently it transfers pretty easily from person to person, even with animals. Put a little more on. Yeah, it looks good. So, for those of you that aren't considered essential workers, I hope you guys are making the smart decision to stay at home and stop the spread of this crap. The quicker we all learn to kind of stay at home and only go out when necessary, the quicker it's all over. I still can't believe how well this $5 razor performs. I've tried 3 or 4 different blades now. I've tried the Wilkinson sword blade. I've tried Derby. I'm trying Astra right now. And I think I also tried a Bic blade. And it hasn't let me down with any of the blades I've tried. No, I can feel this thing is more aggressive than, say, the Wilkinson sword razor or like a Gillette Super Speed or something like that. But and usually I don't prefer anything super aggressive, but really, this thing does a pretty darn good job. If you guys haven't joined the Facebook group, I highly suggest you do so. It's just called The Midwestern Wet Shavers. You should be able to find it just by searching it on Facebook. Highly suggest that. If you have an Instagram, follow the page. It's just at Midwestern Wet Shavers, I believe. You should also just be able to find that by searching. Post on there every day, if not every day, but every other day. And it's always good stuff from our members. That's another reason to join the Facebook group, is there's constant discussion and shave of the day posts. And that's actually where I found out about most of the products that I have is from this Facebook group. Not the toilet mug though. Toilet mug I just had, and then I thought, that'll be appropriate to keep in the bathroom. And it's worked like a charm. It just felt wrong drinking coffee or something else out of it. It felt wrong. Looked wrong. But yeah, feel free to join our groups. I know we're just called the Midwestern Wet Shavers, but really we'll accept just about anyone. I think we're just called the Midwestern Wet Shavers because we're primarily based in the Midwest. Me being in Kansas and Luis in Illinois, we kind of run the groups, or the group. And I'll try to get him to do some videos too. We have a few of the same products, so it'd be interesting to see how our opinions differ on, say, Wilkinson sword razor, Wilkinson sword blades. I know we both have those, or we both have the blades at least. Nicked myself just a little bit right there. And I did that yesterday, same spot, and I think it just kind of reopened it. Oh well, life goes on. Back to the Catie's bubbles. This stuff is nice. I really like it. Not a super overpowering scent, but a nice one. Pretty slick. For the most part. Thanks again, Patrick. YouAreTheBomb.com. He is also in the Facebook group. Super nice guy to talk with. Build up a little more lather in the good old toilet mug. I suppose when people ask me, not that they do, but if people ask me what makes me different from other YouTube shavers or wet shavers in general, I don't think a lot of people use a toilet mug. Correct me if I'm wrong. If any of you use a toilet mug, please let me know in the comments or get a hold of me in the Facebook group, because I would love to meet someone else who uses a toilet mug to shave, or a toilet mug at all. It'll be a special bond. This Catie's Bubbles is really nice. This Midnight Dreary. I definitely want to try some of the other stuff by Catie's Bubbles now, because the slickness is there. Lathers up nice. I'll do a nice thick lather this time. Okay. I haven't decided what I'll be trying next video. It might be a poll I put up in the Facebook group, because there's a couple different soaps I have that I still have not tried, and I would like to. There's some feedback. Some of them are more popular, and others maybe you haven't heard of. So, or you can always just let me know in the comments of what you'd like to see, because I'm not above ordering something if I don't have it. Now, disclaimer, I am a college student, so I don't have all the money in the world, or anything close to it. However, wet shaving products take priority over quite a few things. This area, every time, right under my ear, always is like impossible. So I think the hair kind of swirls or something, because I have to get it from multiple angles before I can even consider it being close to baby bottom smooth. So I'm gonna lather that area up one more time, have another go at it. Thank you, toilet mug. Oh yeah. I don't usually have to pull my skin, but for this place, I do. Much better. It helps having a more aggressive razor with places that you struggle to get smooth. When I usually use my more preferred mild razors, I especially struggle in my spots underneath the ears. I don't know if that's a common place for people to struggle with, but I sure do. That is nice and smooth. Shout out to Catie's Bubbles. There is still a slickness on my face. Nice. So, as far as aftershave, I think we'll go with the Gillette aftershave lotion. It's kind of alcohol-y, but it doesn't really burn. I kind of like that. I'm not a huge fan of aftershaves that burn. But I am a fan of aftershaves because I have fairly sensitive skin. So I use aftershave, and I use a lot of aftershave. Sometimes I will even wait for it to dry and then add some more on there. But that feels pretty good. It's hard to find a bad product from Gillette. I'm sure there's some, but I haven't found any. All right. Didn't talk much about the Astra blade, but no complaints. So I suppose job well done for that too. Nicked myself a little bit. I just had to get it baby bottom smooth right there. Oh well, worth the nick. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Once again, this is Grant with the Midwestern Wet Shavers. I think that's all I have for you today. Stay safe. Have a good one.